Hi, I'm Jeffrey Howard, and welcome to this video. So the purpose of this video is I want to share some of my core philosophies with you, because if we're going to work together, whether it's just on a project or whether it's on something major like our immersive training, our immersive year-long program, you're going to want to know a little about me, and you're going to want to see if you can relate to kind of how I think. So these are some of the most important things to me. I call these the core philosophies of life and business, and the reason for that is, as an entrepreneur, those two things are pretty tightly intertwined most of the time. Almost kind of hard to separate those a lot of the time. So I want to share some of these things with you, and at the same time give you a tour of some of the most beautiful area of this part of Northern California where I live. So check everything out, and at the end we'll talk a little bit more about how we might work together. Number one, train for peak physical and mental performance. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about running marathons or triathlons or becoming a bodybuilder, unless that's your thing. If that's your thing, then awesome, we'll work on that. I'm talking about putting the right things into your body, putting the right things into your system, putting the right material into your mind. I'm talking about staying active. I'm talking about eating clean, focusing on diet and nutrition, so you have the energy that you need to get through your day, so that you can be the most creative, so that you can be the most inspired and really make things happen. I'm talking about being the lead scientist in your own life experiment. All right, number two, practice a solid morning routine. Again, when you look at successful people, all of them protect their mornings. They have a solid routine for success to help get them in the right path throughout their day. So, what does that mean? Well, it's going to mean different things to different people, but mainly you just want to protect that morning time. It's the time you can get the most done the most quickly. So, for me, and what I would suggest for most people, start out with some form of meditation or just silence. It doesn't have to be meditation. It just can be sitting in silence, letting the ideas flow. And then affirmations, a list of things that you tell yourself to visualize your future, and then moving into visualization, actually seeing yourself in that future. Some type of exercise. So right now, we're here at this place called the Tree of Wisdom. This is about 45 minutes into a hike that I typically do on a several times a week basis. So that's something that I love to do. I love to be out in nature. That's a form of exercise for me. But even if it's just doing 20 push-ups or doing a few squats or running in place or whatever it is you do to get your morning started. And you can look at my 77 Peak Performance Hacks document as well to look at some ideas for things that you can do quickly and easily and efficiently in the morning for exercise. But that's really an important part of the process. Also, reading. Now, my preference for reading is Audible. I love Audible because I can listen to a book as opposed to having to read a book. If you like reading, then by all means, take some time and read, a chapter or two, 10 or 15 minutes every day, every morning. And then, just basically spend some time just doing creative things, sitting for ideas, just really focusing on a bigger picture and what do you want to be creating, and then take some of that time in the morning to really efficiently do some of those tasks. So take care of business. If you have writing to do, if you have to write an article, or if you have to work on a piece of content, then absolutely spend your creative time doing that. Keep your phones off, keep things on silent, don't be interrupted, and don't let anybody else break into your schedule. So practice a solid morning routine. It's going to do wonders for your successful outcome. Number three, delegate, outsource, or automate everything you possibly can. Why? That's where time freedom comes in. Time freedom and financial freedom go hand in hand just like this. What is financial freedom? That is, by definition, exactly this. When you have more money coming in on automated or residual income streams than you have monthly expenses, you can do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, for as long as you want. And your freedom and time is yours. That's what it's all about. So what should you focus on? Well, figure out what you do best in your business and focus 80% of your time on that. Obviously, you need to generate revenue, but you have a skill, you have a talent, you have something that's you in that business, and you need to focus on that. Everything else, outsource, automate, delegate, period, end of sentence, let it go. Okay, number four is to create multiple streams of income. If you do a survey of the most successful people in the world, millionaires, billionaires, you're going to find that they all have multiple streams of income. They all advocate having multiple streams of income. Why is that? Well, because things change, because you can't necessarily count on one individual thing to be the thing that carries you through for your whole lifetime. We're in a different generation now. We're in the technology space where now things change really, really quickly. In fact, by the time you get done watching this video, something's going to have already changed on Google, Facebook's going to have changed its algorithm, and somebody's going to have already lost their job because of technology and outsourcing. So creating multiple streams of income gives you stability. It gives you the ability to make sure that you have all of your expenses covered, even in the event one thing goes down. I focus on a concept called 7 by 7, which basically means strive to have 7 different income streams, each of which covers all of your monthly expenses. And when that takes place, then even 6 of them could go down, and you're not going to go down with it. So you've got to start small, obviously. You start building the little tributaries that feed into the big river, like here at the Russian River, but then it ultimately feeds back out into the ocean. So you've got this massive foundation, these massive fundamental programs that you're working with that are feeding your income streams. So multiple streams of income has to be part of an entrepreneur strategy. All right, number 5, dream big, but act bigger. Entrepreneurs are dreamers by nature. It's one of the things that we really love about ourselves, right? So the important thing, though, is to get that action happening behind that idea. We're constantly surrounded with people who, in their own supportive type of way are just trying to protect you by saying, oh, that'll never work. You get those squawkers that don't believe in you, and that's fine. But that's one of the reasons why the most effective thing that you can do is to take action, take massive action, and do it quickly. You can execute quickly, you can get those cobwebs out of your head, you can get those voices out of your head, you can just make things happen. So taking action quickly and massively is going to determine whether your idea is going to take off or whether it's going to die and get beaten into the dust by those internal and external voices that we have. We're here in this beautiful Armstrong Woods redwood forest surrounded by these massive trees that have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they all started with this right here. When you dream big, but you act bigger, you can take this and turn it into this. Number 6, don't trade your relationships or your integrity for money. Now, don't get me wrong, money is awesome and you need to have a lot of it to have great experiences and really just to do more good in the world. But don't do anything for the money, at least not just for the money. Don't trade your integrity for money. Don't trade your relationships for money. Go out and do what you love, and you'll be raising the vibration of your community, of yourself, and of everyone around you. So remember, don't trade your relationships or your integrity for money. Number 7, be present and be aware. We live in a crazy world. It's very easy to worry about things, imagine what's going to happen in the future. But when you worry, all you're doing is projecting into the future something that hasn't even happened yet. So if you're going to imagine things in the future, imagine the perfect life that you want to create. Imagine where you want to be, the life that you want to step into. When you're present, when you're aware of what's happening around you, you have the ability then to make the changes you need to make in real time along the way. Staying in the present moment is going to give you the power you need to sustain yourself as an entrepreneur. All right, well, there you have it. Those are my 7 core philosophies about life and business. So what's the next step look like? Well, a lot of different ways we could come at this. It'd be great to have a conversation. So somewhere around here, either in the description for the video or somewhere on the page, you're going to see a button where you can schedule an appointment. It's no charge, no obligation. We're just going to talk, take a little inventory, figure out what it is you need to do in your life and your business. We can work on any of these 7 things, a lot of things outside the scope. We can work on all of it. We can jump into a deep immersive program, whatever's going to work. Or we may find that it's not even a good fit to work together. Bottom line is we need to have a conversation to sort it out. So go ahead and reach out to me, get on my calendar, let's have a conversation and see what's up, see how we can help you to build your ideal life, your ideal business, your ideal legacy.